Chosen one, stop scrolling immediately. Do not touch that screen. This is an urgent divine interception sent directly to you. Just 14 minutes ago, a massive shift occurred in the highest courts of heaven, and a specific verdict was officially declared with your exact name written in fire. You did not find these words by accident today. Heaven forcefully routed this exact frequency to your device because a massive window of absolute urgency is opening for you right now. Everything you thought was gone forever is about to be completely restored. The years you thought were wasted are rapidly coming back to you. The enemy wants you to believe you are stuck in this dark valley permanently, but they made a fatal miscalculation about your destiny. I know you have been physically and spiritually exhausted lately. I saw you wake up at 3 with a heavy chest, and you laid there in the dark wondering if your sincere prayers were just bouncing off the cold ceiling. The pain of losing what you loved has been silently tearing you apart. You hide it so well from everyone else around you. You step out into the everyday world and smile bravely like everything is perfectly fine. You are the bleeding empath who absorbs the deep pain of the entire room. You heal everyone else while you are left entirely alone in your own suffering, and when you finally asked for help, the universe seemed completely silent. You thought this quietness was a harsh punishment for your past. You are absolutely wrong about that silent period. My beloved child, you have been unfairly robbed of your precious time and your pure energy. Toxic people drained your brilliant light and walked away entirely unpunished, while you watched others receive their sudden blessings as you stood alone at the back of the line. The heavy generational curses of your bloodline have suffocated you for so long. But listen to me very carefully right now. The long season of your quiet suffering has officially expired today. The angels have been quickly assembled for a massive operation of divine justice on your behalf. What you experienced was not a random accident, because it was a highly coordinated attack by dark forces, terrified of your massive potential. They desperately wanted you to quit right now. They stole from you because they knew exactly what you were about to inherit from the universe. But the supreme decree signed 14 minutes ago permanently changes your entire timeline. The courts of heaven have firmly mandated a supernatural sevenfold return on every single thing that was maliciously taken from you. The dry financial drought is breaking. The emotional isolation is finally ending today. However, you must not let your guard down just yet. The enemy is in an absolute panic right now. They know the permanent restoration decree has been signed and officially dispatched to your exact location. So they have set one final deadly trap right before your doorstep to make you forfeit this massive blessing. If you walk away from this message now, you will lose it. I need you to stay highly alert and listen to every single word. The dark illusion they are currently casting is designed to keep you in a state of permanent fear. They want you to reject the very miracle you have been desperately begging for all these years. But I am going to totally expose their exact strategy before the end of this specific transmission, and I will show you how to shatter it forever. Your biological frequency is currently adjusting to this powerful new reality. Do not let the sudden waves of heavy anxiety convince you that something is terribly wrong. That is simply the dark residue of your old trauma permanently leaving your physical body. You are a cycle breaker, stepping into a completely new dimension of divine authority, and the massive wealth transfer is already knocking on your door. Breathe deeply and firmly, anchor yourself to this powerful divine moment. The universe is about to show you exactly why you had to endure such a brutal winter season. Every single tear you cried in secret has been collected and turned into a heavy weapon of light. You are about to become a quiet master of reality. Keep your gentle spirit wide open as we decode this heavenly mandate together. Let us talk about what happens when the world is quiet. It is 3 in the morning, and your tired eyes suddenly snap open again. Your heart is racing so incredibly fast inside your heavy chest. You stare up at the dark ceiling while the cold panic slowly settles over you because you are absolutely exhausted, but sleep completely refuses to come tonight. You reach for your phone in the dark to check your bank accounts again. The small numbers staring back at you bring a sharp wave of deep nausea. You have worked so incredibly hard for so many years, and you did everything right, while others took lazy shortcuts and easily succeeded. But your financial harvest seems completely permanently blocked. You silently wonder if you missed your one divine window of opportunity. I was there in the room when you fell to your knees yesterday. You held your chest because the heavy anxiety made it so hard to simply breathe. You quickly wiped away your hot tears so your family would never know you were breaking inside, and you tried to put on a brave face for them. You thought your long prayers were completely useless. You truly believe your promised blessings have vanished forever. My precious child, I feel the massive weight resting on your stiff shoulders. You have carried the heavy financial burdens of your entire family for decades. You are the ultimate cycle breaker doing the brutal heavy lifting. And you are doing it all alone, while the people you help simply demand more from you because they do not understand the massive toll it takes. Your pure energy is entirely depleted. You look at the massive bills piling up on your kitchen counter today. You constantly worry about how you will simply survive the upcoming month. The deep fear of total financial ruin follows you everywhere you go, and you have sold your valuable time for pennies just to keep the fragile lights on. You feel like a complete failure because your bank account is empty. This heavy physical pain is not just normal human stress. Your fragile body is fiercely reacting to the massive spiritual warfare surrounding your finances. The enemy wants to completely drain your life force through absolute poverty and lack. They use this intense financial pressure to constantly distract you from your true royal identity. But you are a magnificent weapon of light meant for so much more. You have spent your entire life being the incredibly strong one. You are the bleeding empath who constantly absorbs the heavy pain of everyone else. But when you desperately need financial help, the room is completely empty. People eagerly take your brilliant ideas and your hard work while giving you absolutely nothing in return, and the sheer unfairness of this dark reality makes you violently sick. I know you have secretly thought about giving up on your massive dreams. The continuous rejections have deeply scarred your gentle soul. You watch incredibly toxic people buy beautiful homes and drive expensive cars. Meanwhile, you are frantically counting every single dollar just to buy basic groceries, while you ask me why the wicked wildly prosper and you continually suffer. You are terrified that your past mistakes have disqualified you from my grace. You think this deep lack is a harsh punishment for something you did terribly wrong. Let me completely erase that toxic lie from your beautiful mind right now. You are not a flawed product of your painful past, because you are being carefully reshaped in the loving hands of a deeply patient potter. I see the hidden moments when your brave smile drops. I watch you sit in your car just to gather your remaining strength. You take one slow and deep breath just to prepare for another exhausting evening. The physical toll of this massive financial drought is breaking your fragile body down, and your weary mind is trapped in a brutal cycle of endless survival. You cried out for a simple financial breakthrough to finally rest your weary bones. I want you to know that I have recorded every single tear you shed in the dark. Your silent agony is not ignored, and your empty hands are not forgotten. The heavy season of your brutal financial starvation is permanently ending today. Tap the like button right now as a physical act of agreement with what heaven is declaring over your restoration. Stop right there and listen to me very carefully. The financial drought is only one part of your deep pain. There is a much heavier burden crushing your gentle soul today. You have spent your entire life acting as a human charging station for deeply broken people, and they constantly flock to your bright light when their own lives fall completely apart. They plug into your pure energy and eagerly drain every single drop. You give them your endless patience and your warmest love, but the second they are fully healed, they walk away without looking back. They leave you totally empty and completely exhausted on the cold floor. And when your own world collapsed, the terrible silence was absolutely deafening. You reached out your tired hand for help, but nobody was there. The very people you saved suddenly became too busy to even answer your calls. You watched them freely enjoy the beautiful peace that you helped them build. Meanwhile, you were left entirely alone to fight your own terrifying demons. The sheer injustice of this cruel betrayal cuts you so deeply. You are the bleeding empath who constantly gives without keeping a score. But the enemy used your beautiful heart as a massive weapon against you. They sent highly toxic people, disguised as helpless victims, to completely drain you. These emotional vampires smiled sweetly in your face while secretly plotting your sudden downfall, and you never even saw their dark trap coming. They coldly stole the credit for your incredible hard work and brilliant ideas. You built the solid foundation with your own blood and heavy tears, but they proudly stood on your tired shoulders and claimed the massive victory for themselves. You watched them loudly celebrate the abundant harvest that rightfully belonged to you. It makes you feel entirely worthless today. Because of this brutal theft, you have slowly isolated yourself from the outside world. Trusting another human being just feels far too dangerous right now. Your phone only rings when someone desperately needs another massive favor from you. Nobody ever calls just to ask how your fragile heart is holding up today. You are surrounded by people, but you feel profoundly lonely. You post happy pictures during the day to maintain a strong illusion, but at night you lock your bedroom door and silently cry yourself to sleep. You have a secret habit of locking your deepest dreams in a hidden drawer. You do this because hoping for better days just hurts way too much. You truly believe that your beautiful destiny is permanently ruined. The narcissists who deeply betrayed you tried to destroy your solid reputation. They whispered dark lies behind your back and completely twisted the real narrative. They manipulated everyone into thinking that you were the unstable and crazy one. And the most painful part is that people actually believed their toxic lies, so you quickly lost your friends and your safe community. My beloved child, I know exactly how this extreme isolation breaks your weary mind. You have asked me countless times why I allowed them to hurt you so badly. You screamed into the dark void and wondered why heaven did not protect your precious heart. The enemy wants you to believe that you are completely abandoned by the divine forces. They want your brilliant light to permanently fade. They actively mocked your pure kindness and falsely called it a massive weakness. You sit alone in your quiet room and repeatedly replay every single painful memory. The heavy grief of losing those toxic relationships still secretly haunts your daily thoughts. You desperately wanted them to simply love you for who you truly are, but they only loved what you could constantly provide. Breathe deeply right now and feel the heavy tension leaving your tired chest. You are not a foolish person for loving them with your whole heart. Your massive capacity to care is actually your most powerful spiritual weapon. The universe saw every single time you were brutally used and quickly discarded, and I promise you that a divine reckoning is already in motion. Now, my dear child, let us talk about the heavy silence that has been slowly breaking your fragile heart. You asked why heaven stood completely still while your entire world violently collapsed around you. You thought my silence meant you were being severely punished for your past mistakes, and you felt entirely rejected by the universe. Let me show you the unseen battlefield right now. The sudden loss of those relationships was not a harsh punishment at all. It was actually a highly classified divine quarantine ordered directly from the highest courts. I saw the massive generational wealth transfer that is quickly coming to you. And I absolutely knew that your current environment was far too toxic to hold it, because your old circle would have completely drained your new blessing. Those people were never your true friends or loyal companions. They were dangerous energy parasites, strategically planted by the enemy to siphon your pure light. They fed on your beautiful empathy while giving you absolutely nothing back. If I had allowed them to stay, they would have stolen your massive financial harvest the moment it finally arrived at your door. I had to fiercely protect you. I had to forcefully remove them from your precious life. The brutal separation deeply hurt your gentle soul, but a skilled gardener must fiercely prune a growing tree before it can produce a magnificent harvest. The empty space around you right now is not a barren desert of lonely isolation, but rather a carefully cleared sacred ground designed for your incredible new reality. When a tree is destined to reach the high heavens, it cannot grow shallow roots. The dark season of intense isolation was my specific way of pushing your spiritual roots much deeper into the solid ground. You felt buried alive in the cold dirt. Everyone else seemed to quickly bloom, but you were not buried at all. You were securely planted for a massive future. Think about the tallest skyscrapers built in the busiest modern cities. Before they can build high up into the clouds, they must dig incredibly deep into the dark earth below. The loud construction is messy, and it takes a very long time. That is exactly what I have been doing with your precious soul in the quiet dark. I was building a completely unbreakable foundation for you. The divine blessings coming to you are unimaginably heavy. If I gave you this massive wealth transfer with a fragile foundation, the sheer weight of it would instantly crush you. The enemy wanted me to rush your beautiful process. They wanted you to completely collapse under the heavy pressure. But heaven operates on a perfect divine alignment that never fails or rushes. The agonizing delay you experienced was my absolute highest form of protection. The total silence was not my absence, but rather my deep concentration as I carefully rewired your biological frequency for the massive shift. You thought the universe simply forgot your specific name, but heaven was actively preparing your exact coordinates for the most extraordinary financial miracle of your entire life. Do not mistake my deliberate process for a cruel rejection. You are the ultimate cycle breaker, carrying the massive destiny of your entire bloodline on your tired shoulders today. You cannot afford to have weak links in your inner circle anymore. The people who abandoned you simply did not have the spiritual clearance to enter your new promised land. They are permanently gone. They were only meant for a very brief chapter of your long journey. You must stop mourning the loss of people who were actively destroying your pure energy and stealing your peace. But wait, do not let your guard down just yet. There is a hidden layer to this struggle that you must fully understand before the real breakthrough happens. I need you to listen extremely closely now. Breathe deeply right now, because heaven is about to shift your entire perspective again. I need to talk about the heavy guilt you are secretly carrying. You constantly blame yourself for every single thing that went terribly wrong in your past, and you truly believe that your own foolish mistakes ruined your beautiful destiny forever. You look back at the broken pieces of your life and you feel immense shame, thinking you should have been much smarter or stronger back then. But let me completely erase that toxic lie from your beautiful mind today. You did absolutely nothing wrong. You simply did the very best you could with the broken tools you were given. The dark forces strategically planted that heavy self-condemnation deep inside your gentle soul. They want you to constantly replay your old failures every single night. They absolutely know that if your tired mind is permanently trapped in the painful past, you cannot step into your glorious future today. The enemy actively uses this fake guilt to keep your hands tightly closed. Think about it very carefully right now. If your tired hands are tightly gripping the heavy stones of your past mistakes, how can you possibly receive anything new from the universe? You cannot possibly catch the massive blessings falling from the sky if your hands are already full. You must permanently drop those heavy stones on the ground today. You are the bleeding empath who always took the blame just to keep the fragile peace. The toxic narcissists constantly manipulated you into believing that you were the main problem. They projected their own ugly darkness onto your pure spirit, and you absorbed it completely because your heart is incredibly soft. But that heavy burden was never yours. I am officially declaring a total amnesty over your entire life today. Every single mistake you made in your deep confusion is completely thrown into the deepest ocean. Heaven does not hold your difficult past against you anymore, and your spiritual record is totally wiped clean right now. You are completely forgiven and fiercely loved. Now that your hands are finally empty, you are fully prepared to receive the divine compensation. The courts of heaven operate on a very strict law of divine justice. Because you suffered so unfairly at the hands of those toxic manipulators, the universe now owes you a massive cosmic debt. The scales must be perfectly balanced. This is exactly why a supernatural sevenfold return has been mandated for your specific bloodline. For every single tear you cried, you will receive 7 drops of pure joy. For every single dollar that was maliciously stolen from your bank account, $7 are currently being rushed to your door today. This is an unbreakable universal law. Stop punishing yourself for the heavy storms you barely survived. You were just a brave soldier fighting a massive war without any armor. Your old scars are not ugly marks of shameful failure at all, but they are actually the magnificent medals of honor, proving you are a true spiritual warrior. You survived the absolute impossible. Take one slow and deep breath right now. Feel the heavy chains of that toxic guilt completely snapping off your tired shoulders. You do not need to constantly apologize for simply existing in this world anymore. You have finally created the massive empty space required to hold your incoming generational wealth transfer, and the divine container is now perfectly ready. You have finally done the hard inner work of pure forgiveness. But wait, do not let your guard down just yet. The enemy is currently watching you release this guilt, and they are in a state of absolute terror. I need you to pay extremely close attention to this next part, because the people who hurt you are currently facing their own brutal reckoning. Now, my beloved child, let us look directly at the people who maliciously hurt you. The people who smiled in your face while actively plotting your sudden downfall are currently watching your steady rise in absolute panic. They truly thought they had permanently buried you in the cold dark. They thought their toxic lies had completely destroyed your solid reputation forever. But they made one fatal miscalculation about your spiritual identity today. They did not realize that you are the ultimate cycle breaker, fiercely protected by the highest courts of heaven. The narcissists who desperately tried to drain your pure energy are currently starving in the cold dark without you. They deeply need your bright light because they have absolutely no light of their own. The boomerang of divine justice has already been officially released from the heavens above. Everything they tried to maliciously steal from your pure energy is currently being multiplied and redirected right back into your empty hands. The deep traps they carefully dug for you have become the very pits they are quickly falling into today. Their false kingdom is violently crumbling down. You have asked me why the wicked seem to wildly prosper while the righteous constantly suffer. But the temporary success of your enemies was nothing but a fragile illusion meant to quickly fade away. The universe simply allowed them to climb incredibly high, so their inevitable fall would be much greater. Their stolen wealth is completely turning to dry ash right now. I want you to safely observe their massive panic from your protected place of quiet peace. You do not need to lift a single finger or fight them in the messy mud anymore. The heavy burden of revenge does not belong to you because heaven is actively fighting this brutal battle on your behalf. Your gentle silence has become a blinding shield that absolutely terrifies them. They are desperately waiting for you to angrily react and break your beautiful peace. They want you to send them a highly emotional message so they can quickly steal your pure energy again. But your total silence is completely suffocating their toxic spirits today. You are a quiet master of reality who no longer plays their twisted and exhausting little games. They sit in their big houses, surrounded by stolen things, but their empty souls are violently screaming. They know the divine deadline has officially passed, and their massive spiritual debt is finally due. Every tear they deliberately caused you to cry is returning to them as a massive tidal wave of pure chaos. The divine scales of justice are being violently balanced tonight. You watched them coldly walk away when you desperately needed their help the most in your darkest hour. Now they are watching your massive restoration unfold while they are completely locked out in the cold. They cannot access your new timeline because their dark frequency is entirely incompatible with your incoming generational wealth. Your heavy doors are permanently closed today. The spiritual reckoning is absolutely relentless, and it will not stop until every stolen blessing is fully returned to you. You are finally receiving the massive vindication that you deeply deserve after years of silent pain. Heaven is currently making a public spectacle of the very enemies who secretly tried to completely destroy your beautiful destiny in the dark. But you must always remember that you are a magnificent weapon of pure light. You must not let their chaotic destruction distract you from the massive blessing landing in your hands today. Keep your gentle eyes entirely focused on the beautiful horizon in front of you. Let the heavy boomerang of divine justice finish its massive work while you rest safely in absolute peace. The glorious season of your absolute vindication is officially here right now. But wait, do not let your guard down just yet, because the enemy has one final trick. As your enemies watch their dark empire fall, the dark forces are preparing one last desperate illusion right before your finish line. I need you to pay extremely close attention to this next warning. Listen to me very carefully right now. Your generational wealth transfer has been fully approved by the highest courts. The long wait is finally over today. But wait, do not celebrate just yet. The enemy is in an absolute panic, and they have laid one final fatal illusion right before your doorstep. They desperately want you to forfeit this blessing. This brings us to a hidden reality that 99% of people completely ignore. Right before the massive dawn breaks, the shadows gather. They want to play a wicked trick. The dark forces know they cannot legally stop the divine decree that was signed 14 minutes ago, so they are trying to trick you into stepping off the path. This is the ultimate final test of your obedience. They cannot steal your blessing by force anymore, so they are setting up a highly deceptive mirage to make you surrender it voluntarily. They will cast a powerful illusion that looks exactly like the answer to your old prayers. You must be incredibly careful about what you accept this week. This deadly snare usually appears as an echo from your painful past, A highly toxic ex might suddenly send you a sweet message today. A former friend who deeply betrayed you might suddenly return with a fake apology. It looks incredibly sincere on the surface, but it is a counterfeit trap designed to completely drain your new wealth. Or perhaps the trap will appear as a shiny financial shortcut. Someone might offer you a sudden opportunity that seems entirely flawless, but there is a hidden hook buried deep inside the beautiful bait. The enemy wants you to compromise your pure values just to get the money a few days earlier. Do not fall for this desperate trick today. True spiritual obedience requires you to stand absolutely still. When the enemy desperately throws these shiny illusions at you, you must completely ignore them. You are a quiet master of reality, and you do not chase cheap imitations anymore. Your divine compensation is heavily guarded, but you must keep your hands completely clean to receive it. If you entertain their toxic counterfeits right now, you will literally block the wealth transfer. Touching their dark illusion will severely scramble your biological frequency. It will signal to the universe that you are still deeply attached to your old trauma. You must loudly declare that you are fully done with the heavy chains of the past. Heaven is currently watching your exact response to this final test. The angels need to see if you have truly learned the massive lesson of setting strong boundaries. You must fiercely protect your gentle soul from these energy vampires. The universe demands absolutely no risk from a chosen one, but you must aggressively reject the fake offers. You are the ultimate cycle breaker for your entire family bloodline. A true cycle breaker never returns to the toxic cycles they just escaped. You leave the burning bridges completely behind you while you boldly step forward into the bright light. Your pure energy is now entirely reserved for the magnificent destiny waiting just ahead of you. Every single time you say no to a toxic distraction, your spiritual authority instantly doubles in the unseen realm. The dark forces tremble when they realize you can no longer be bought with cheap praise or fake promises. You have officially outgrown their small manipulative games forever, and you are finally ready to rule your own beautiful reality. Do not let the enemy convince you to look backward today. Keep your gentle eyes entirely focused on the massive door opening in front of you. We are rapidly approaching the exact moment of your ultimate breakthrough, and you must remain completely anchored. The magnificent revelation of your restored blessings is literally just a few moments away. We have finally arrived at the core of this massive divine revelation today. The heavy spiritual mechanism that blocked your blessings has been completely shattered. That specific decree signed 14 minutes ago is now officially fully activated. The hidden saboteur that kept your sincere prayers bouncing off the ceiling is entirely destroyed. Your long season of painful waiting is officially over today. The brutal and cold spiritual winter has finally ended for your gentle soul today. The heavy ice that froze your finances and your relationships is rapidly melting right now. You survived the most terrifying storms completely alone in the dark, but the bright dawn is aggressively breaking over your entire bloodline this very second, and you are finally entirely safe from the chaos. I am officially declaring the complete and total restoration of your beautiful life. Every single dollar that was maliciously stolen from you is returning sevenfold. The precious years you thought the locusts destroyed are being violently handed back to you today. The massive generational wealth transfer is literally pouring into your empty hands right now. Receive it all today. You thought the pure love and the deep peace you gave away were gone forever. You cried because you thought you permanently wasted your best years on highly toxic people. But heaven has miraculously gathered every single ounce of your pure energy. It is all being returned to you in the form of absolute abundance and unwavering divine protection. Your gentle heart is healed. The beautiful destiny you locked away in that hidden drawer is completely resurrected today. You are no longer the exhausted, bleeding empath struggling just to survive another lonely day. You have officially evolved into a quiet master of reality who commands the absolute attention of the universe. The heavy generational curse is permanently shattered into a million tiny pieces. You will wake up tomorrow morning, and that heavy weight on your chest will be entirely gone. The deep physical exhaustion that plagued your fragile bones is being completely washed away forever. Heaven is actively downloading a massive upgrade of pure energy directly into your physical body right now. You will finally experience the incredible deep rest that you have been desperately begging for. This is exactly why the universe made you wait in the cold dark for so long. The massive vault required to hold this supernatural sevenfold return took years to carefully build. If heaven had given you this incredible power earlier, the immense weight of it would have easily slipped right through your fingers. But you are completely ready to hold this massive glory today. Your foundation is unbreakable. The doors that violently slammed in your face were actually saving your precious life. And the magnificent doors opening for you right now cannot be shut by any human hand. The universe is rolling out a massive red carpet for your incredibly tired feet. You are finally stepping into the royal position that was predestined for you before you were even born into this world. I want you to feel the massive shift happening in your living room right now. The dark shadows of intense fear and daily anxiety are rapidly fleeing from your sacred space. The divine light of complete restoration is aggressively filling every single corner of your quiet home. Everything you secretly prayed for is actively manifesting in the physical realm this very moment. The massive financial miracle you desperately need is no longer a distant future hope. It is a solid reality that has already been successfully dispatched to your exact earthly coordinates. The people who maliciously doubted you will stand in absolute shock when they witness your sudden elevation. Heaven is heavily compensating you for every single terrible injustice you quietly endured. You are the ultimate cycle breaker, and you have officially won this massive spiritual war. Your pure obedience in the dark valley has unlocked the highest level of divine favor. The magnificent angels assigned to your specific bloodline are fiercely guarding your new inheritance tonight. But you must actively claim this restoration before the final protective window completely closes today. My beloved child, the heavy door to your generational wealth is swinging wide open today, and your dark enemies are watching your massive rise in absolute panic. But listen to me carefully, because heaven requires a physical container to hold this massive frequency, and if you hesitate at the threshold right now, the enemy will severely scramble the divine signal. The enemy is terrified of the inheritance you are about to receive. They are deploying a final illusion to make you forfeit it. You must firmly anchor this magnificent reality immediately. Do not stay passive and simply watch this happen while the dark forces try to sneak back into your life. You must take bold physical action to lock your beautiful blessing today. Do not walk away without sealing this decree. The toxic narcissists will easily slip back in to steal your pure energy. You need to establish a blinding wall of fire around your aura right now. This is your spiritual signature before the courts of heaven today. Type 777 in the comments below to permanently lock this shield. Let that sacred number act as a heavy padlock on the strong door against the enemy, because they are desperately trying to break into your new reality. Do not let them convince you to stay entirely passive. When you type that specific number, you are making a physical move that terrifies the dark realm. The toxic narcissists and the emotional vampires will immediately bounce off your new firewall. They will never be able to drain your pure energy or steal your deep peace again. Your simple act of pure obedience permanently seals this massive restoration before the protective window completely closes forever. But there is a second vital step to completely activate the supernatural sevenfold return. The universe operates on the absolutely flawless law of the spiritual harvest. Just 3 days ago, a weary mother stepped out in radical faith and sowed a financial seed into this ministry. Within 48 hours, a completely unexpected bank transfer of $37,000 cleared all her heavy debts, and she finally experienced the true freedom she had begged for. She finally experienced the true freedom she desperately needed. That exact same angelic protocol of massive multiplication is hovering over your life right now. The angels are actively looking for your physical signature to release the heavy funds. You have prayed for a sudden financial miracle, and heaven has finally provided the exact mechanism today. But a seed must always leave your hand before the massive harvest can successfully enter your beautiful home. So, a massive financial seed today using the super thanks button below this message. Support our ministry to keep this massive protective shield growing for other chosen ones. This energetic exchange will immediately activate the massive multiplication of your divine harvest, and it will signal to the universe that you are fully ready to manage immense wealth. Do not let the spirit of fear hold your tired hands tightly closed today. Open your empty hands and boldly receive today. Remember that the elite forces have kept this exact frequency completely classified to keep you poor. They want you to hold on to your small pennies while you miss out on millions, but heaven is demanding a radical act of pure trust from you tonight. When you boldly sow your financial seed, you prove that you completely trust the universe to fiercely protect your future, and you shatter the heavy generational curse of poverty forever. Your generational wealth transfer is now permanently locked and heavily guarded by the highest angels. The dark forces are completely blinded by the massive wall of fire you just built. They are running away in absolute terror because they know they have permanently lost you. The long season of your painful suffering is totally finished today. Your beautiful and massive victory is finally secure. You have successfully closed the heavy door on your painful past forever. The old version of you who constantly begged to be understood is entirely dead today. You have officially evolved into a quiet master of reality who commands immense wealth and deep peace. Take one more slow and deep breath as we gently seal this beautiful divine transmission together right now, because you are finally stepping into your promised land. You are completely safe inside this divine fortress. The brutal storm is completely over, and you are perfectly safe now. The heavy spiritual warfare that exhausted your fragile bones is finally finished today. You do not need to fight or struggle anymore. Your quiet authority is firmly established in the unseen realm. The toxic people who tried to break you are permanently blocked from your new timeline, and they can never reach your beautiful soul again. Now, my beloved child, breathe very deeply. Lay down the heavy weapons you have carried for so many agonizing years. You do not need to fiercely defend yourself or explain your beautiful heart to anyone. Your profound silence is now a blinding shield that absolutely terrifies your old enemies. The universe is fighting all your remaining battles while you simply rest in this protected divine space. You have survived the most brutal winter season. You bravely carried the massive weight of your entire family bloodline completely alone in the dark. But you can finally stop striving and aggressively pushing forward tonight. The heavy stones of past mistakes are thrown into the deepest ocean. They are entirely forgotten by the courts of heaven today. You are completely forgiven and fiercely protected. The massive generational wealth transfer is already safely locked inside your divine vault. The magnificent angels are standing guard over your beautiful home right now. You can safely close your tired eyes tonight, knowing that your ultimate breakthrough is fully secured. The beautiful warm dawn you desperately prayed for is brightly shining on your gentle face today. Your long waiting season is over. Your exhausted nervous system is finally returning to a state of absolute peace. Feel the deep, comforting warmth spreading through your heavy chest right now. The terrifying anxiety that kept you awake at 3 in the morning is permanently gone. You are fully wrapped in a massive blanket of unconditional divine love. Absolutely nothing can ever hurt you inside this highly sacred and guarded space. You are completely secure, but outside this deeply protected sanctuary, there is a gentle soul sitting in the cold dark. They are crying the exact same tears you bravely cried just yesterday. They are desperately begging heaven for a clear sign that they are not completely forgotten. You are not just a brave survivor of the dark valley today. You are a magnificent beacon of bright light for them. Hit the share button right now and send this specific message directly to them. Share this to become heaven's prophetic voice and throw a massive lifeline to a bleeding empath who desperately needs to hear this. Your simple physical action could literally save their precious life tonight. You have the immense divine power to safely pull them out of the terrifying cold dark before it is entirely too late. As you share this massive blessing, you officially step into your royal position as a true master of reality. The brutal cycle of pain is permanently broken for you and for those you actively choose to help. The universe is incredibly proud of your pure obedience in the dark valley. You proved that your beautiful, gentle heart could never be permanently corrupted by their highly toxic and selfish hate. I want you to completely surrender your tired mind to the quiet peace tonight. Give me all your remaining heavy worries about tomorrow morning. The divine provision is already perfectly arranged for your beautiful future. You do not need to anxiously plan your next strategic move anymore. The supreme creator of the universe is personally guiding your every single step from this magnificent moment forward. Sleep deeply and peacefully tonight, my precious chosen one. The heavy dark storm has permanently passed, and your glorious morning is finally here. You are fiercely protected, unconditionally loved, and completely safe in my eternal arms. Your beautiful new reality officially begins the moment you wake up tomorrow. Close your heavy eyes and rest perfectly well, because you are entirely home.